Did you have something to do with looking for the Tasmanian tiger?
Yeah, I did.
No. What do you think?
I think of all the extinct animals that have gone extinct at the hand of man, given the range, I don't know if you know this, but the Tasmanian tiger at one point ranged from Papua New Guinea all the way down to Tasmania. So not just the island of Tasmania, but thousands, tens of thousands of miles. I think given the range, the frequency of sightings, the amount of untouched habitat in Australia and Tasmania and Papua New Guinea, where they just found a new dog species, by the way.
They did?
Yeah, the Highland dog in New Guinea, maybe a year ago now. Incredible looking animal. Like, absolutely. Could there be a very small remnant population of thylacine, Tasmanian tiger, hiding out in an isolated pocket of habitat? I totally think it's possible.
And these sightings, are they coming from credible sources?
So I did one expedition. I've done 2 expeditions looking for thylacine, and one of them I was literally talking to the man who is the head park ranger for like the entire North Queensland. So he's a scientist by trade, a biologist by degree, and he says I saw 4 of them.
Whoa.
You know, so this isn't like some crackpot drunk who's like, yeah, they're here. You know, this is a guy who is like myself, a scientist, a biologist, and spends his life in the bush. He knows every animal in that area, and he goes, I saw 4 of them.
Wow.
So, like, how do you not, like, I get goosebumps talking about it, because how do you not, like, take that as credible?
No, that's about as credible as it gets. Whoa, look at that cool-looking dog.
There it is.
What a freaky-looking... The world's rarest and most ancient dog has been rediscovered in the wild. So this New Guinea Highland dog was thought to be extinct? Is that the idea?
That's right. Yep.
Wow. So this thylacine, this area is where they are. Has there been a concerted effort to find these things?
Sort of. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, I would say the thylacine is like the icon of animals coming back from extinction for Australia, right? It's kind of like everybody knows about it in Australia. They all care about it. But where these efforts are is like outside of Sydney, or, you know what I mean? It's close to home. So there hasn't been a lot of expeditions really deep in to look for them. Mm-hmm. And that's what I did. So there's so much belief that the animal is still out there that the... it's the university in Cairns. I'm blanking on the name of it right now. The university itself put money towards funding to find it. So when you have a credible institution like a university going, here's money, go and find this thing, you've got to think, and I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but you've got to think they have some intel that says, look, we're not wasting our money to look for something that's not there. We've heard something, we've seen something, we caught something on a trail camera, let's prove it. And so I actually teamed up with...
They caught something on a trail camera?
Hard to say, but what they did do is fund this expedition. So myself and the university, who's still ongoing with the research, went and looked in this area in North Queensland where I went.
And how far deep did you go in?
1,200 miles.
1,200 miles?
Yep. It took 14 hours driving and then hiking from there.
Whoa.
Yeah, 14 hours on dirt roads.
Because this is the area where they've been sighted the most numerous?
This is where that sighting that I was talking about came from the biologist, as well as I think 4 other sightings. The community up there is a place called Portland Roads. You could look it up. I think it's 12 people, and
wow,
live totally, not like the Amazon off the grid, but off the grid. You know, it's all like solar energy and build it yourself. There's no power lines, blah, blah, blah. So it's just this small group of kind of like people in the middle of nowhere, and almost everybody in that community has seen them. So that's where we based it out of, and then went deep from there.
Almost everyone in the community. Mm-hmm. And no one's taken a photograph. Do they have cameras?
Everybody's got a cell phone kind of thing, but it's like, it's always the same story where it's like, yeah, it was there, it was late at night. By the time I reached my pocket, it had gone off. Except for the biologist I was telling you about, who said it ran around with his dogs.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's out camping and he's like, oh, there's this red eye shine, and my dog goes nuts and runs over there. And then there's 4 thylacine jumping around with my dog, like for like 15 minutes. And he's like, I'm trying to get a picture, and you know, it's like 300 yards away. It's in the dark and without the flashlight and the phone, and like,
fuck.
Yeah.
It's basically 100% that this thing's alive.
I mean, as a scientist, you can never put that number, but to me, yes,
sure.
That's why I've done 2 expeditions, and I plan on doing more. I feel it's out there.